My name is Patrick Dlamini. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the DBSA. DBSA is a development finance institution owned by the South African government, effectively by the South African taxpayers, with the mandate of carrying out the developmental impact both in South Africa and in the rest of the African continent and the surrounding ocean islands. And we focus on key specific sectors, one being the transportation sector, two, the energy sector, three, the bulk water sector, and four, the ICT sector. And then in South Africa specifically, we also cover two key critical social sectors like the education infrastructure as well as funding the infrastructure. I'm very proud for being part of the DBSA team, for being part of a DFI that has such a responsibility in terms of forever trying to bend the arc of history, because DFIs are expected to make sure that we are able actually to drive the development within our geographic mandate. That is looking after those who are trapped in the poverty space and enabling them to get out of the poverty traps into a mainstream economy. For that, I am very proud to be part of and to see the bank making headways in that direction.
My name is Lucy Chege. I'm the General Manager for Infrastructure, responsible for energy projects in South Africa at the DBSA. I'm responsible for leading the investment activities and directing and leading the relationships with key clients and partners in the energy sector in South Africa. The DBSA started off with assisting the Department of Energy with the development of the enabling environment to assist independent power producers to participate in the energy market in South Africa. So we worked with government in terms of conceptualizing the program, the rules that needed to be put in place, and the areas that needed to be developed from a regulatory perspective. Then we've also worked closely with the Department of Energy in developing the entire program within which the independent power producers market could be then procured.
My name is Tsepo Nzimane. I am the General Manager in the South Africa Financing Division of the DBSA. My specific role is I lead the team that lends to metropolitan municipalities, that lends to universities as well as to the water boards. One of our primary objectives is to support the development agenda of the government of South Africa. If you look at a commercial bank, for example, you go and apply for a loan as a municipality, they don't necessarily worry about whether you have an impact on the communities or not. What they worry about primarily is whether you're going to be able to repay them money or not. And yes, we do look at your ability to repay your money, but to the extent that you are required to develop the communities, that is what the development bank is. That's that differentiating factor about the DBSA, the fact that it is ultimately about the people, it's ultimately about the environment, it's ultimately about the technical viability of that project. That is what makes the DBSA such a relevant institution.
My passion as the CEO of the bank is about creating an inclusive society. The DBSA gives us that opportunity to impact on the lives of every man and women.
My name is Chucheka Mhlongo. I'm the General Manager at the DBSA responsible for municipal infrastructure financing and capacity support for especially the secondary cities and what we regard as under-resourced municipalities in the country, which amount to around 270 municipalities. Yeah.
My name is Bukeka Mahluchana. I'm the CEO of Tshwane Rapid Transit. Our role and responsibility is to operate the BRT buses for and on behalf of the city. So we needed to raise funding to buy buses to operate. We ended up concluding the deal for the entire funding with DBSA for 171 buses. The main challenge for us was to populate the company, set it up, and get funding.
It is the bank when everyone else runs for the mountain. We run to the situation, to the difficulties. That is the kind of DFI that we are.